as they come out one at a time. Ain't this a sweet life?
Hey everybody, I'm X Factor winner Tate Stevens, and welcome to the Sweet Life Podcast, where we talk about everything from music, sports, food, entertainment, and, well, just living the sweet life. Hey guys, me, Tate Stevens. Another great episode of the Sweet Life Podcast with me, and as always, AJ Kronk.
Yeah, man.
Every time. Got to have that monster.
We'll put that
in
place
in
here
the
for
picture.
the video. So
maybe get some sponsorship out of that.
yeah, maybe we could get a sponsor.
That'd be cool. Probably not, but
Get
whatever.
us some candy bar money.
Get us some candy bar money. Exactly. All right. So today's episode, this podcast is gonna be fun, just because we grew up watching wrestling. We had two wrestling segments on this podcast. We grew up watching it. Big fans of the wrestling business and everything, and so thought it'd be kind of fun just to go back and you know, listening to when they cut their promos for the week for the next week or the next match or whatever it was. A lot of times that's what left us hanging for the, you know, to watch next week.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So it was kind of like the matches that ended right in the middle. You know, they weren't done. The matches weren't done. They were still wrestling, and, you know, they'll think, come back next week and see who, you know, it's like,
Yeah.
oh my God. So this was, there, and throughout the history of professional wrestling, there have been some really talented dudes that could talk, you know, and cut those promos and make you believe, you know. So we'll go back and pick some of those, our favorites, obviously. And again, this is just us, and you guys might remember somebody or think of somebody we didn't put on this list, you know. And I know our list is a little different, minus one guy, mainly a lot of the same, but minus one guy who's probably one of the best to do it. You left him off your list, but I put him on my list. But anyway, all right, so let's get started, man. I think, and we got to have some bad ones in there too. We got to talk about some of these.
Oh yeah, there's one or two in here that's pretty bad.
And I don't know who. Okay, I want to start this just with this bad one. It's great all the time.
Okay,
it's great all the time, but it was so bad. You know what I mean? He was just terrible. But one of the biggest wrestlers of all time, Harley Race. He was so bad at it.
Yeah, but it's believable though.
Yeah, because he was just, you know, he was just talking. But it wasn't like he never got excited.
No.
You know, he'd go, and next week, you're going to get it. What? I mean, you know what I mean? It was like
they say if a man has enough power, he doesn't have to scream and yell.
I know, I get it, but it just, you know, but you had some of those guys back in the day that could just talk, you know, and it was great, but he was not one of those guys. Obviously, you kind of grew up just knowing Harley Race was going to be the world champion forever and ever.
Yeah.
You know? And you know, but he, to me, it was just, man, you know, not a lot there. When he cut promos.
Is symbolic of what it's all about. This is the world's heavyweight title. And when I say this, I mean it in all sincerity. The world's heavyweight title, held by Harley Race. Not once, but twice. Over half of my life devoted to what I do better than any other human being in wrestling.
Okay.
You believe it?
Yeah, I mean, but it's just you know,
I just
devoted
peed a
half
little.
of my life. You know, I mean, it's the world's heavyweight title.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's kind of like, okay, very, very just, oh, well.
Yeah.
Not a lot there.
Well, here, I guess we'd kick it off with one of the, best, you could tell, or one of the most famous promos.
Right.
Mr. Hulk Hogan from back in the day. He's the one that kind of got us all.
You know something, Ultimate Warrior? Me and all my Hulkamaniacs have had it right about up to here with all your Frankenstein talk, man. We're tired of hearing you grovel for words. We're tired of watching you search for thoughts, brother. And I'm tired of hearing you talk about injecting all of my Hulkamaniacs with a poison, brother, that'll turn them into the darkness and make them run from the light.
That's weird.
Let me tell you something, Ultimate Warrior. January 23rd, 1984, in Madison Square Garden, brother, when I won the WWF Championship, I held up a banner that said, I fear no man or beast, brother. The only thing that wasn't on the banner, it was a ghost.
Oh,
But we
Hogan.
believed it. But we
Yep.
believed it,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
You know, you'd see the Hulkster come out, dude, and he'd be all wet and sweaty looking, and you know, like he was all jazzed up, ready to go. And
Oh, yeah.
and that T-shirt, his Hulkamania T-shirt on, and
That thing would be like halfway ripped to shreds anyway.
Yeah,
I always wanted to like cut up all my T-shirts when I was a kid.
Yeah.
so I could tear them off.
yeah. So you have some of these great wrestlers that they could cut those promos. Hogan was one of them. Hogan would cut a great promo, and it was like it set up the next thing, but like in that one, you know, with the Ultimate Warrior, you know, at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't wait. But then you have guys that could sell you anything.
Speaking of which, probably I would say this is probably one of the best. One of the best.
He is one of the top three or four guys ever to do it, for sure.
Absolutely. Get some Nature Boy Ric Flair going on here.
The heat is on, you know. I gotta have David Crockett over here for this, because David Crockett, the illustrious announcer and vice president of Jim Crockett Promotions, always likes to tell the wrestling public something special when Ric Flair gets knocked down, or Luger gets put to sleep, or Arn and Tully trip over their feet by accident. Come on, David, explain what just happened on national TV to the legend Dusty Rhodes and to Heads of Stone Roddy Piper. What just happened? They got the holy you-know-what beat out of them nationwide. And I don't mind telling you, I was wearing these $600 custom-made lizard shoes and this $13,000 Rolex when it happened. That's why I'm Ric Flair. That's why Luger's the U.S. champion. And that's why Arn and Tully are going to be the World Tag Team Champions. Now,
That's what I'm going to start doing on stage. This guitar cost me.
Yeah. These boots, custom made.
See these PA speakers?
yeah. This microphone is one of a kind.
Turbo Sound IQ 12s, baby. Oh, God.
So, yeah, you go from Hogan and Flair are a lot alike. I mean, when they cut their promos, you know, I can't say a lot alike, but Hogan was that, you know, real amped up, blah, 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 you know, and Flair just, it was like every promo he cut was always, look at my shoes, look at my suit.
Look at how much better I am than you because I have more money.
I am so much better than everybody in here. And he picking people out of the audience, you know, and what was it? He'd get his suits made.
At Michael's in Kansas City. I was telling you today, man, it's made me want to go to Michael's and get a custom suit made.
Just to be like, yeah. Ric Flair was got him here.
Hey,
so
I got a suit from Michael's in Kansas City.
But you know what I mean? It's like Flair was that guy, but you loved him. I mean, you know, Ric Flair was Ric Flair, dude. He was, you know, world champion, and it was awesome. You know, whether he was a heel or a babyface, it didn't even matter.
Didn't matter.
No, it didn't matter. People freaked out, man.
Yeah.
Once you heard the Space Odyssey music,
oh yeah,
and it was just like, it was over.
And one of my favorites is he's in the ring and just going nuts, talking about this, that, and the other, and he just starts taking his clothes off until he's like just in his boxer
underwear.
shorts and socks. Yeah. And he's like got his clothes laying out, and he's like dropping elbows on his.
That's too many, you know, drops on the head wrestling over the years. But yeah, man, there's a lot of guys who could do it. You know,
Were you a big, speaking of guys like that, were you a big Macho Man guy? Or
I was, man. In only, I wasn't like a big Macho Man wrestling fan. Mm-hmm. I just liked his promos. I just wanted him to talk all the time because he was a psychopath.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just never knew that he would make up words. You know what I mean? Like his own little macho words he would make up.
And that's the way he talked.
Truly how he talked. I mean, he wasn't so
not.
He didn't
not as amped up, but
yeah,
hey, can you pass the butter?
Yeah, hey brother, pass the butter, would you? You know what I mean?
Some for my toast. I'd like to have a little bit of butter, for my toast.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? So, but Macho Man, the promo that he cut with for Hulk Hogan, if you watch the behind the or the Dark Side of the Ring things, those are great. If you watch those, like he was really jealous of Hogan with Elizabeth because they were really married. That was a real thing. That was a real deal. And when she went to Hogan's side, for that little bit of time, even though that was the thing, he was jealous and he really freaked out a little bit. People, that's what they said anyway. And so, the promos that he's cutting. Yeah, he's probably just talking for real.
Yeah,
just amped up. Yeah. So, he had some great ones.
Well, here's one of his, I guess, actually against Hogan. So here's a little piece of that.
Hulk Hogan, yeah. You say you don't know where the Macho Man is coming from? Yeah, you're right. You don't know anything about the Macho Man, Randy Savage, and where I'm coming from. Because it's mind-boggling to you, yeah. How one man could make it to the top of the World Wrestling Federation mountain, yeah. All by myself. No pukesters helping me to the left. No pukesters helping me to the right. Didn't need them then, don't need them now. And another person I don't need is Elizabeth either, yeah. Because I'm the champion by myself, all by myself. You don't know where I'm coming from, Hulk Hogan, this Sunday afternoon. But I know where you're coming from, yeah. I know everything about Hulk Hogan, yeah. I know what makes you tick, yeah. And you've got the audacity, yeah, to say that in WrestleMania 5, that Hulkamania is gonna survive.
Dude, that's like different level of intensity right there.
That's different level of psychosis.
Yeah. You just look in that guy's eyes, you're like, that guy's nuts.
Like, it looks like his head's going to pop. No, watch him. Seriously, and everyone, it looks like the veins in his face and his neck. He looks like he's going to pop. Like, his head's going to pop off. That's,
Yep. He's the reason I started eating Slim Jims as a kid.
Snap into a Slim Jimmy. Yeah. Need a little excitement.
Yeah, dude.
Love that stuff, man.
Like, his blood pressure had to be terrible.
Well, he died of a heart attack. I mean, I wonder why.
No kidding. No kidding.
Why. Did you ever hear his rap album?
No.
Did you ever know about it?
No.
Really?
No.
I'll play it for you after this because apparently YouTube doesn't like it whenever we play songs. Our last podcast got taken off YouTube.
Oh, well, who cares?
The copyright police got us.
No, they did. They said, hey, cease and desist, stop playing music.
It's like, you can't play All I Want for Christmas. Mm-hmm. Mariah.
Yeah.
She got mad about our comment I made about in-ears.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Because she listens every week.
She's one of our subscribers.
One of our 5 or 6.
Oh, anyway, okay, so Savage.
Yes.
Another, but he was so crazy you wanted to watch because you didn't know what he was going to do. And that dude he was crazy in the ring too. He would jump so high when he'd come off the top rope, when he'd do his big elbow drop on people. Oh, my, dude, he had to be 15, 20 feet in the air. Yeah. Sometimes.
He did cool stuff. Like, you never saw anybody like run from one side of the ring to the other, holding the guy's head, then jump over the rope and land like on his feet on the outside. You never saw anybody else do that but him. Yeah. It was like, just all sorts of stuff like that.
Yeah, very athletic, obviously. Yeah. But, yeah, dude, just a psycho,
he's
man.
Goofy as a whatever. I don't know. But
And they said he had those pants and stuff, all his outfits. He never wore the same one.
right. Yeah, he kept records of what he wore in every town so that when he goes back to every town, he wore something different so people would see him wearing
And something
something different, which is pretty cool. I mean, really, if you think about it.
Yeah.
I just wear the same Scully to every one of my shows that I play. So
Yeah, that's fine. I wear the same underwear. Oh, wait, I don't wear underwear.
oh, waste of money, waste of time. Anyway, so now we got a couple selections from some managers.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
And you know what? It's tragic. Bobby the Brain Heenan.
yeah.
Looking back, I mean, of course, when I was a kid, I hated his guts.
Sure, yeah.
But
because
looking
that's what
back,
you're
it's just
supposed
like
to.
he is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, you were supposed
And,
to hate him when you were little.
yeah.
Yeah.
One of my first memories, like that I really remember of Bobby Heenan was we used to have on videotape. We taped off of TVs old Saturday Night's Main Event, and they had a microphone on him. So the whole time he's at ringside, you could like hear everything he's saying,
Right.
and like George Steinbrenner's in the audience, and he's like yelling stuff at George Steinbrenner, and he's like bad mouthing his own guy. He's like, "Oh, we got a ring full of Winfields up there," just like saying
Oh.
He's like, "What would you do with a guy like this, Steinbrenner?" He's like, "I'd fire him. Yeah, fire him." Just like going nuts. But Bobby the Brain, he's one of those guys that, like, in today's climate where like everybody has a podcast,
Right.
he would have been the
One to get.
one to get.
Absolutely,
But,
because especially in this in the just he was a wrestler, forever, obviously,
yeah,
before he became a manager, and then as a manager, he just took that to a whole new level. And dude was funny. It's just even when he was a commentator, but when he kind of wasn't managing anybody, and he would just sit there and commentate, and then they'd poke fun out of him, and he would, dude, it was awesome. He was a great one, and and I think it was I don't know if that would work today in today's wrestling world. You know what I mean? Managers like that.
Yeah, people are too sensitive. Well, I don't know. I was playing you some of that MJF stuff earlier.
Yeah,
He obviously
that's a little close.
He cuts to the bone, man.
Yeah, he does. But so it's like, I don't know if in today's climate in wrestling, if a guy like Bobby Heenan would be would work. I don't know. I don't watch wrestling really anymore. I kind of stopped after Hayden got old enough that he was kind of over it, and then I was done with it, too. But
Just because Hayden's a jerk doesn't mean you have to be.
no. But I love
He
it.
probably lives in a crappy neighborhood.
He
too.
probably lives by somebody that no one likes
Yeah.
and doesn't have any friends. Anyway,
Aw.
I'm sorry.
Hayden's my neighbor.
He lives straight over. So anyway, it's Bobby Heenan was one of those guys, obviously, that it took the wrestling thing to another level as a manager.
Oh,
you know what I
God,
mean?
yeah.
It was, and he's so funny. He's just,
Well, here, apparently he was going to, which he managed and wrestled, but apparently he's going to wrestle some dude. And this is him kind of talking about that back in the AWA, back in the day.
The fact that a young man from down in neighboring Milwaukee, a very impressive athlete in the Olympics, I'm talking about Laurent Soucy, Bobby Heenan, you've got a big smile on your face tonight.
Impressive in the Olympics. Who cares about watching a bunch of children wrestle? Who cares about the Olympics? Oh, it's a great thing for the country, but who cares about Laurent the Sissy? That's his name?
Laurent Soucy.
Can you imagine? 9 months they had to come up with another name, and that's the best they could do. Laurent. That's the most important thing they could come up with in 9 months. Shows you the mentality of his parents. Of course, he went to the University of Wisconsin, right?
In Madison.
Don't take a whole lot to get in there. I guess you have to be able to, the entrance exam, you have to be able to write your name in 3 different colors of crayon. I could care less your wrestling ability. I could care about your amateur background. You're in the ring now with a professional. I'm going to go behind that man so much he's going to think he's stuck in a revolving door. I'm going to take him down, take him around, show him the town. I'm going to reverse neck snap his neck.
I'm going to
dislocate
reverse
both
neck snap his
shoulders.
neck.
Then I might just paintbrush until my hands are swollen shut. But another good news for you and everybody else. I have signed. I went to Japan in July. I was there the
And
whole month.
everybody knows that, like, he was
I'm
just
not
going
aware
to
of
get
what you're aware of.
destroyed. And that's
I'm
the
aware of my
greatest thing
business.
about it.
I went to Japan.
Go around that guy so many times. I'm going to go behind that guy so many times.
I don't think he's hitting a revolving door. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
It is, but he was the guy, man, as a manager after, after he was kind of done wrestling there and he just became a manager. It's just some of the promos, and I say you got to go back and watch some of his promos. Just look up Bobby Heenan's promos on YouTube. And they're amazing,
dude. That's not a bad one out of the whole.
No, it's awesome.
Oh God, he's so good.
The other guy, if you talk about just being crazy, just being a loon, man. He's a loon. I can't talk bad about. I don't know the man, but everything you know of the man, not in the wrestling world or the movie world, because he was in a lot of movies and stuff too. There at the end, just his promos were him, just kind of being him, I think. And he had Terrible Life, Another Dark Side of the Ring kind of thing was awful, for him, is how he grew up. He was in the wrestling business at like 16, 17, out in California. Out in California, or was it? Well, I mean, he's from Canada, but Roddy Piper.
Oh, never mind.
And so he was out in California. He was like 17, and the dude, he
so professional. I had a different one queued up.
Oh, sorry, but he was so he was crazy.
Oh yeah,
for real, like really, really crazy in the head. You can tell, like he's kind of like Randy Savage, just a little bit, little cuckoo. You
ever watch They Live?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's one of the best movies ever. You know why that one didn't pop up? I remember, if you guys want to dig back in the archives, we did a favorite 80s movies?
80s, yeah. 80s.
Yeah. They Live should have been, that may have been early 90s, late 80s. I can't remember, but dude, one of the best ever. But here's a little bit of Roddy Piper for you. Good stuff.
Buffalo UFC. You're talking about a man that is so proud from being Iran. I saw him walking down the beach with his girlfriend. The only difference between him and his girlfriend was 10 pounds and a bikini, and the sheik had the bikini on, and she had the 10 pounds, and no $100 bill on the forehead. You're talking about a guy with a mug like a bulldog who has the audacity to get on TV with this humongous, ugly, nasty face and tell the cameraman to zoom it. Are you kidding me? Go away, go away, go away. I wouldn't want to show that. Then I think to myself, Buffalo. I think, first of all, who the hell would want to fight there? And if you did have to fight there, you'd have to fight the Iron Sheik. Maybe they're trying to get rid of both of us. I don't think they like me in Buffalo. I think they don't give a damn about me in Buffalo. I think they don't give a damn about him in Buffalo.
He's off the rails.
He's crazy. It's just crazy babble. It is. He talked about in the behind or the Dark Side of the Ring. He talked about when he hit Jimmy Snuka with a coconut and broke it on his head.
Yeah,
that wasn't broke. That coconut hadn't been cut.
No, that was
he
legit.
Smashed it on his head.
Yeah.
And he said it hurt Snuka, but then he had to run and they put him in a closet so Snuka couldn't find him. Because Snuka was going to kill him.
Yeah.
For real. Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but he's crazy. He's a psycho. But
you ain't lying.
And when he had Piper's Pit, that was the best.
Oh, yeah.
Piper's Pit was one of the best little things they did back then. Just
one of my favorites, he had Andre the Giant on there back when Andre was a good guy, And he just sitting there just trash talking Andre the whole time. And finally Andre gets up and just grabs him by the shirt and lifts him up. And he's like, whoa, no, hey, and Andre walks off. And as soon as he gets out of view, he's just like, what an idiot. Starts trash talking some more. Getting back to managers.
Okay.
This is the one I had queued up earlier. But here is probably one of my favorite managers. He was always a bad guy manager, but just ran his mouth like Holy.
I think this dude probably he takes the cake as far as just absolutely
He takes all
annoying,
the cake. Oh,
annoying. Yeah, he's just that little brother that won't go away, annoying, like that little gnat that you know flying around your plate when you're outside eating or something. Yeah, that's him. That's yeah.
And Dusty Rhodes also said that his sister could whip me on any street in America. Well, let me tell you something, Dusty Rhodes. I've heard a lot about your sister. I know she's been on a lot of streets, so she knows them real well. As a matter of fact, they used to call Dusty's sister Federal Express. Did you know that? When she went out on a date, she absolutely positively had to be there overnight. But I want to talk about Dusty's whole family. I want to talk about his drunken old daddy. Down there in Austin, Texas, every Saturday night, Dusty Rhodes' father would go in the worst low-class redneck saloon in Austin, Texas, and there would be fighting, there would be swearing, there would be cussing, and a lot of hard drinking. And finally, he'd be able to drag Dusty's mother out of there. But you know something about Dusty's daddy? He was a successful businessman. As a matter of fact, before he was a plumber, he owned a shoe store. He owned a shoe store down there in Austin, Texas, and he did so good at it that to this day, every time the city of Austin, Texas thinks of black loafers, they think of Dusty's father. But let me tell you something, Dusty Rhodes, and I want you to listen real good. The Cornette family has long been regarded not only in Louisville, Kentucky, but all over the country, all over the world, as one of the finest families ever in this country. Beautiful Bobby Sweet Sand, they come from money, they come from power, they come from movers and shakers, they come from the upper crust. We are not riffraff, we're not rednecks, we're not farmers, and we're not plumber sons like you. So don't you ever dare make comments about the Cornette family, because, brother, let me tell you something, we're going to take that into consideration. Just remember, your daddy spent his whole life in other people's toilets, and while he was out there with that plumber's helper, every delivery boy and out of work bum in Austin, Texas knew the color of your mama's bedroom. You remember that. Let's go.
More after this timeout, fans.
What a jerk.
Funny.
That's
Who
good.
knows? Who knows?
That's good. That is good.
I listened to Cornette's podcast.
Dude,
And it's
yeah.
Corny's driving.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh God, it's crazy.
He puts out those like Rogan podcasts
Dude,
for
there's
like
some
a
of
few
them
hours.
yeah, I know. Some of them are terrible long. One of the guys who growing up, I think, probably was my favorite. He came up with some of the best, promo jargon, if you will. I don't even know what you'd call it. Some of the things he would talk about with people, the Weaver lock and the it's like what and and he would just say things and because he was the common man, he was the American dream, he had everything.
Yeah.
He had all these little acronyms for himself. But it was funny almost, and dude, I don't know which one you're gonna do, but it doesn't even matter. You can just pick any one of the 1,000 that he has, and it's funny and it's good.
Yeah.
It's just it's awesome.
May not be, and it may not be funny.
No,
but it's riveting.
But it was funny.
Some of them are funny, but
you listen to them now and they're funny because you're like, what?
All right, here we go. A little bit of Dusty Rhodes action for you guys.
First of all, I would like to thank the many, many fans throughout this country that wrote cards and letters to Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, while I was down. Secondly, I want to thank Jim Crockett Promotions for waiting and taking the time, because I know how important it was. Starcade 85 it is to the wrestling fans, it is to Jim Crockett Promotions. And Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, with that weight, got what I wanted. Ric Flair, the world's heavyweight champion. I don't have to say a lot more about the way I feel about Ric Flair. No respect, no honor. There is no honor among thieves in the first place. He put hard times on Dusty Rhodes and his family. You don't know what hard times are, Daddy. Hard times are when the textile workers around this country are out of work and got 4 or 5 kids and can't pay their wages, can't buy their food. Hard times are when the auto workers are out of work and they tell him go home in hard times or when a man has worked at a job 30 years. 30 years. They give him a watch, kick him in the butt, and say, hey, a computer took your place, Daddy. That's hard time. That's hard time.
Okay, so is it me or is he like the guy from the Fat Boys? Yeah, every once in a while, like,
That's what Piper was the worst. It's like,
oh yeah, dude, so good.
Yeah.
But Dusty Rhodes probably, if you go back and probably the best at it.
probably.
He's top 2 anyway. Top 2 of the best promo cutters ever. Has to be. I mean, he has to be.
Yeah. And they say it was one of those things he didn't really think about what he's going to say. He just went out there and just
did it.
Boom.
Just did it. But he was a writer for wrestling. He was a promoter for wrestling. He did all of it. He was a booker. He did everything. So he knew every in and out, what to say, when to say it, how long he had to talk, for TV or whatever. But yeah, he was great. Back when I was a kid watching All-Star Wrestling and which one was from Georgia?
Georgia Championship Wrestling.
Georgia Championship Wrestling, and then the one in Florida. Because I was a big Tommy Wildfire Rich guy when I was a kid, man. When we lived in Texas.
Yeah.
Tommy Wildfire Rich.
You weren't a Von Erich guy?
Oh, yeah, I was.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, as a singles wrestler, Tommy Rich was my guy, man. I'm like,
Then looking back, you look at him, you're like, ugh.
This guy was just a normal-looking dude. Yeah, I don't get it. But but he was the worst promo cutter. He couldn't really talk very well. Like, he was kind of a Harley Race kind of guy, Well, Gordon Sully, let me tell you, brother, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? It wasn't really cool. But looking, then I was like, oh yeah, Tommy's getting him. He's gonna get him. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And it was just, but looking back on him now, he was just not a good promo guy. I saw a thing about him. People were talking about him, other wrestlers that had wrestled with him and all that. And they were like, great wrestler. Like, he was very safe. He was good at his craft, sold. I think Arn Anderson said Tommy Rich would sell the crap out of anything you did, and he goes, that guy lost more blood than any other wrestler in the history of wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, he got color almost every match sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he said he would just sell. He was a good guy. No one ever had issues with him, really. He worked. Yep. And but anyway.
So they used to say, red equals green.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You get if you're lucky enough to get color, you're gonna get a little more money.
Heard that.
But so all right, now we both have this guy on our list. Whether you want to call him Stunning Steve or anything like that, however you want to put him on there.
Mm-hmm.
But Stone Cold was one of the top.
Dude, I'd say he was probably the...
He might have been.
Really.
He just, the things that he said, funny. He was funny.
Yeah.
But he was the guy that you believed what he said because he probably really is a badass in real life. Like, he probably didn't want to really mess with that guy ever.
Big dude.
He's a bigger guy.
Huge guy.
But just, you know what I mean? Just, you didn't, he was, you just look at the man and go, I just don't know I would ever want to challenge, like, really try that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Not, in real life have to try to challenge him for something. You know what I mean? Like, and because he would just, he had that intense thing when he talked, even when he was talking slow, he had, when he was low talking, he just, he had that thing, man.
Well, one of his famous promos was at the King of the Ring in 96, I'm wanting to say 95, 96.
Yeah, probably. He said it's his. He had two of those moments in that in this one speech that made it.
Yep,
and that he made millions for him.
Oh yeah, I'll give you a little bit of that.
Incredible victory.
The first thing I want to be done
is to get that piece of crap out of my ring. Don't just get him out of the ring, get him out of the WWF. Because I've proved, son, without a shadow of a doubt, you ain't got what it takes anymore. You sit there and you thump your Bible and you say your prayers, and it didn't get you anywhere. Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says, I just whipped your ass.
That's one.
Yeah, that's one.
Come on, that's not necessary.
All he's got to do is go buy him a cheap bottle of Thunderbird and try to dig back some of that courage he had in his prime. As the king of the ring, I'm serving notice to every one of the WWF superstars. I don't give a damn what they are. They're all on the list, and that's Stone Cold's list, and I'm fixing to start running through all of them. As far as this championship match is considered, son, I don't give a damn if it's Davey Boy Smith or Shawn Michaels. Steve Austin's time has come. And when I get the shot, you're looking at the next WWF champion, and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
That's it.
Second one.
Yeah. Man.
He said after he got done saying it, he thought, man, that was pretty good. That was a pretty good spot.
Yeah.
And then, what's his name from the Freebirds?
Michael Hayes.
Michael Hayes came back and said, dude, that was 2.
Yeah.
You just hit 2 out of the park.
Yeah.
That's 2 grand slams right there.
Yep.
Most people don't even get 1. And you just hit 2 in the same same game. Yeah, that's awesome. But he was, man, the Texas rattlesnake, dude. You just didn't. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Well, this other guy, and we just got a few left here, but this other guy I used to watch when I was a little kid. I mean, obviously,
right?
All these guys were watching when they were little kids, but Jake the Snake Roberts,
absolutely,
dude. He wasn't one of those guys that got there and screamed and everything, but dude, he
was another Harley race kind of guy.
Yeah, and you're just pee a little every time he talks, because he just. But let's give you a little bit of.
Is Jake the Snake Roberts?
Yeah, I can hold on to this. I can do this very well on my own. Just take a walk, huh? Roddy Piper, the holidays are over. Christmas, New Year's. We all know why we had the holidays, a celebration of a man. You ever think about it, though? And I've thought about it a lot. The devil has no holidays. He's always waiting for every moment, for that one slip up, then he takes your soul away. Well, that's what I'm here to do, Roddy Piper, because you see, as I came into the WWF, I set this place on fire. Oh, yeah. I was one of the fastest rising, and I still am. I'm going to the top quicker than Hogan ever thought about doing. Faster than you. Why? Because I'm different. A lot like you, Piper. We're both very different men. No rhyme, no reason as to what we do in the ring. That'll make it interesting for me. I feel like this is going to be the first challenge, the first true challenge that I've had in the WWF. Now, there are some problems between us. I mean, after all, you do have Piper's Pit, and I do have the Snake Pit. We all know which one's better, don't we, Piper? Now I'm going to show you who the better man is. And I'm going to do it so easy. DDT. That's how I do it.
That's how I do it.
Dude, the DDT.
That's how I do it. Just so real.
Oh, yeah.
Guess what, Piper? Yeah, you know who's better. And you know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it with the DDT. That's how I'm going to do it. Almost like a serial killer talking to me.
Yeah. And you would just and of course, I mean, we're on a podcast right now, so you can't really watch it, but just looking in his eyes when he's doing that, you're just like, oh my.
Yeah. You're like, okay, well, dude, you got to be, we're going to make a snake
Somebody
bite
turn
him?
the lights on, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Jake Snake was awesome, man. He had that thing and he did rise fast, man. He took off when he got to the WWF, and it was just, and then burn out as fast as it came. But he'd been wrestling for 20 some years before that. You know what I mean? Golly, man. It's great.
Well, we have one more left, which is the Rock. You were saying he's
got to be one of the best.
Before the Rock, though, I have to. What's you call it, like the booby prize or something like that, or the.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway,
Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah, no, this just I don't even know how to describe this. One of my favorites to listen to growing up was Scott Steiner, man.
Oh,
this
yeah.
guy, he would go off on these tangents.
But he didn't know.
The craziest thing.
Like, he had no idea what he was even talking about.
Yeah,
Like, it made zero sense.
This is like one of his most infamous promos. It's it's Scott Steiner's math promo.
Oh, good.
And okay, here we go.
Scott Steiner, it's going to be a three-way for the TNA heavyweight title at Sacrifice between you, Kurt Angle, and Samoa Joe. Now, before you get there, you have an important step tonight as you and X Division champion Petey Williams take on the unlikely duo of Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe.
You know, they say all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at Samoa Joe, and you can see that statement is not true. See, normally if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best at beating me. And then you add Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of winning drastically go down. See, the three-way at Sacrifice, you got a 33 1/3 chance of winning. But I got a 66 2/3 chance of winning because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me, and he's not even going to try. So, Samoa Joe, you take your 33 1/3 chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance of winning. If we used to go one-on-one and then add 66 2/3%, I got 141 2/3 chance of winning at Sacrifice. See, Joe, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at Sacrifice. See, but I'm going to break it down for you.
Best. It's so good.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. He's so good. But all right.
So, to me, I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin, probably one of the best. Dusty Rhodes, one of the best. The Rock, one of the best promo guys. Just, he had kind of everything. He had a charisma. You know, when he was talking, he had a thing. He said, you know, obviously, finally, that whole thing that he would do, the people's champ, you know, the people's eyebrow. He had all that, and he would say it, this, lay the smack down on you, and, you know, the whole thing. And you got to understand that was every time he did one, he said all of those things. Mm-hmm. He got them all in.
Yep.
Almost in every one of them.
Yep.
You know your role and shut your mouth.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what your name is. You know, so it's just like you got to, and, you know, the millions.
It's like
people will be like, millions and millions.
The crowd participation stuff.
He had it. He had it, and it was so good and clean almost every single time.
Yep.
And, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But he did the whole, it was just good. I thought he was, you know, it was quick, everything, you know, he would sing songs, like he'd make up words to different songs and stuff. I thought he's one of the better ones.
Well, some of his most classic stuff, not most classic, but some of his classic stuff he did was with Jonathan Coachman, the coach, who is, I think now he's a guy on ESPN. I think he's ESPN
I don't know
guy
what he is now anymore.
Or he was. I don't know if he is now still or not. But anyway, just some of the stuff those guys would do would be just.
I think everybody wants to know, how was your new year?
Just the way he looks at people. Would never say anything until.
Yep.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Washington, D.C. You see, Coach, The Rock's new year was simply electrifying. But what The Rock wants to know is, how was your new year? Did you sit at home all day playing pocket pool as you usually do? Did you watch yourself on Access as you usually do? Or maybe you sit and listen to your favorite artist, some music. You listen to some of The Rock's favorite? Listen a little bit of Mystical? Is that who you listen to? Jay-Z? Maybe Destiny's Child? Is that who you like, Coach? Who's your favorite? Who?
Actually, I like Barry Manilow, Rock.
Jerry Lawler. So good.
Okay, well, The Rock digs it. The Rock understands that. Yeah, The Rock is a little familiar with Barry Manilow. The Rock, I'll tell you what, Coach. Why don't you do The Rock a favor? Why don't you sing a little Barry Manilow? Yeah. No. You don't make the decision. Would you like to hear Coach sing Barry Manilow?
He had it. Yeah.
You see, Coach?
He had it.
They believe in you. The Rock believes in you. And keep in mind, Coach, why don't you sing? Because we are live. We are live on The Rock Show, live on SmackDown.
Yeah, see? Yeah. He had a thing.
Yeah.
And people, they ate it up.
Oh, yeah.
Every little thing he would say, and that wasn't even, it got better. That one got a lot better in the end where he was talking about Booker T and all these other people.
Yeah.
But dude, he would just, him and Stone Cold had some of the greatest in some of their promos at each other were so awesome.
Yeah.
But he's one of those guys, man, that just had it. That's why he's the biggest star on the planet right now. Mm-hmm. Honestly, he just has a thing, and fortunate for Vince McMahon that they found it in the WWE or whatever. So
yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome. Wrestling was awesome. The promo stuff, all day today, I've just been digging through and finding old stuff. When Dave Schultz smacked the dude, when he smacked the reporter, the guy was like, "So wrestling's fake, right?" And he just smacked him and said, "Was that fake?
Does that feel fake to you?
Does that feel fake to you?" Oh my God, but.
Yep.
That was the big. You couldn't let people see the real side of wrestling.
Yeah.
That whole kayfabe thing. You had to keep it. But that's how they made their money.
Yeah.
Tommy Rich said something about going to jail. He's like, dude, I've been to jail so many damn times all around this country, just because of things that he did keeping up Tommy Wildfire Rich. He goes, now some of it's my fault, had a little weed on me, wasn't supposed to, was drunk in public and wasn't supposed to be, that kind of thing. But he said it's just part of it, part of the game. You kept up, that wrestling facade.
Yep.
From sun up to sundown,
Oh yeah.
Which would be hard, but anyway, that's a good one. See?
Yeah.
I'm sure, like I said, people are going to, what about this guy? What about this person?
Well, like you said, Jerry Lawler a while ago, he's another one of those guys that could just talk people right into the building.
And he never left Memphis. He never left that area and was huge, made a fortune down there. But yeah, Jerry Lawler, I liked him better. His promos were okay. I liked him better as a commentary guy with Jim Ross. I thought he played that goofy...
Oh yeah,
kind of idiot guy.
Yeah,
definitely not. He's not an idiot.
Right,
he's a smart guy. But he played that part well. It's like Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah,
Terry Bradshaw plays that kind of goofy hillbilly kind of guy, but he's a brilliant guy.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that was a good one.
Yeah,
I don't know. Make sure now. Oh, go ahead.
Who are we gonna call?
Hello?
Surprise! You're on a podcast.
Yeah. What's up, buddy?
What you doing?
Well, nothing. What are you doing?
Can't really hear you.
You can't hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Oh, what? You didn't hear our intro?
Sounded like loud music.
It was. It's our surprise you're on a podcast music.
It was what?
It's the surprise you're on a podcast music.
Oh!
Yes, sir.
Well, I'll be.
Yeah, big time now, bud. Big time.
I'm on with AJ Cronkton, huh?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, man.
I'll be. Mom, I made it.
Where are you at?
I am at the Gaylord Opry Hotel with my family looking at Christmas lights.
Oh, amazing. Amazing. Well, we won't keep you then. We'll just...
No, you're fine. You know right where I'm at.
I do. Well, good. Well, yeah, you're on the podcast, so How about that?
Well, hello, everybody. I'm glad to be here.
So we have Sam Banks, our buddy Sam Banks, guitar player, singer, songwriter. He's out with Craig Morgan right now playing acoustic for Craig, and he's got his own thing there in Nashville. Is it Sundays you play?
Sundays and Mondays.
Yeah.
Yep.
And man, yeah. So yeah, dude. So everything good?
Everything's great. We actually, speaking of Craig, we just finished our last show of the year.
Yeah.
So and everybody knows Craig Morgan. He's going to take a few months off and go hunt and shoot stuff.
Yeah, and do everything else he wants to do for a couple months. But
exactly, we'll just be here.
Yeah, absolutely. Waiting.
Yeah, so I'm a family time now,
That's
and
good.
I'm going to do some hunting myself. Yeah.
Well, good. Hey, how's Jerry?
Jerry is doing better, actually.
Okay.
Thank God. Yeah, he's doing better. We've been in touch with his wife and keeping up with that. But
Okay.
yeah, he's doing good. Things are looking up. So
And we're talking about Craig Morgan's road manager, Jerry Hines. He has COVID and he's in the hospital.
yeah.
Yeah. So, well, good. Good news. Good news, man. Well, cool.
For
All right,
sure.
buddy. Well, so, yeah, you're on the podcast. So, as you know, man, yeah.
Love
so, not a lot. We don't have a lot for you. We're just, we just call people randomly and surprise them and let them know they're on a podcast. It's pretty cool.
Well, I had an
Fun.
inside scoop. I missed you last week, and
That's right.
my phone just started ringing, and it said Tater. Matt was like, better answer that. He
Yeah.
didn't call you very much.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm just
Oh,
teasing.
shut up. Shut it.
We were just talking the other day, though. We need to write some songs.
Absolutely.
AJ, you were throwing in that mix, too.
Yep.
Next time
Yep.
I'm back in town, we're going to sit down and grab a guitar and see what happens.
Absolutely. I have one I want to fix a little bit. There's a few things I want to fix on a song that I wrote a few years ago. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, you're singer-songwriter, guitar player extraordinaire. Yeah.
Trying to keep up with AJ.
Yeah. So here's the deal, man. My podcast, we talk about everything. We talk about hunting, fishing. We were just got this podcast you're on was about wrestling, about professional wrestling. So yeah, we talk about everything, dude. Music, movies, food. It's great. Anything we want.
I don't know anything about wrestling. I'm being honest.
Oh wow, that's weird. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, dude, we got it all. We do it all here. We are professionals. We are professionals.
I love it.
So
This is professional.
yeah, dude, it is. It's good. So, all right, got 3 questions for you, and we'll let you go. All right.
All right.
Okay. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Yep. Favorite food.
My gosh. Off the top of my head,
Yeah.
you can't go wrong with a good steak.
Steak. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Favorite movie.
Favorite movie? Tombstone. That's easy.
Oh, wow.
Good call.
That's a good one. No one said that yet.
Tombstone.
Yeah, that's the first one. You're the first one with the Tombstone. All right.
No, that's the best movie ever made.
All right. Favorite ice cream. What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Favorite ice cream?
Yep.
Let's go with Bunny Tracks. Bluebell.
Bluebell Bunny Tracks. That's anything Bluebell is good.
I'm surprised I thought of that fast. I'm not really a sweet guy.
Well, yeah, I mean, still, but everybody has their favorite. If you're
Yeah,
going to get it, you got to
exactly.
get it, right? How's the little man doing? Is he good? Does he like the Christmas lights?
Oh, yeah. He's going to be a year and a half old in a couple days, I think, already.
Right.
Yep. Growing like a weed. They
That's
say
awesome.
it goes fast, but you really don't know that until you have your own, you know?
That's right. It does.
That.
100%.
Insane.
100%.
But he's great. He loves the lights. He's running around everywhere. He's all over the place. So
Good. All right, man. Well, good. I'm glad you answered the phone.
yeah, me too. I was excited to see you calling.
All right. Well, when you get home, when you get back up here, obviously you got to call and let's get together and lie to each other and stuff like that. It's fun.
Yeah.
Exactly. You got it, man.
All right, buddy. Love you, man. Have a good one. Be safe.
All
Happy.
right, y'all.
Happy. I'm not going to say happy holidays. That's bullshit. It's Merry Christmas around here.
Merry Christmas, boys. I love y'all.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. See you guys. Bye.
Yeah, old Sammy
Sam
Banks.
Banks.
Yeah.
Boom.
There it is. Good dude, man. Good dude. Got a beautiful family. Started a family, and he was a little boy. Dude, it's awesome. We went to their wedding this year, and good stuff.
Yeah,
good
man.
stuff. Well, that's a good one, man. That's a good one.
Absolutely.
That's a good one.
So
the Grinch.
this weekend, as this podcast comes out, we can be able to say this weekend is Christmas.
It's Christmas. It's Christmas.
I got a Christmas story for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
What is it?
So,
I saw Mama banging Santa. What was it?
how'd that go? You can't say Santa Claus on here.
You cannot. All right, what'd you say?
One time I had a near-death experience.
You did?
Yes.
Okay. What happened?
Bungee jumping gone awry.
Oh, no.
Anyway, that happened, and I was standing there at the pearly gates.
Oh, yeah.
It was around Christmas time,
right?
When I was bungee jumping.
Yeah, yeah.
And
as you do,
and at Christmas time in the Midwest.
Yeah.
So I'm standing there in line at the pearly gates, and the angel up there was saying, "Hey, the big guy up here is feeling pretty generous. So if you guys can offer anything that would represent the spirit of Christmas, then you get in." You can go ahead and go on in, no matter what you've done. Free pass to heaven.
Okay.
So we're all looking at each other like, oh man, okay. And I was about third in line or so.
Right.
Well, the first guy that was up there, he's thinking, pulls some candy out of his pocket. He's like, or candy wrappers, some empty candy wrappers. He's like, I got these candy wrappers, kind of symbolizes, Christmas candy and stuff like that, and happy feelings and stuff. And it's like, okay, yeah, we'll take that. Come on in, buddy.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, whoa, what's this guy, So the next guy, he gets up there, he digs into his pockets, he pulls out a set of car keys, and he starts kind of jingling them a little bit. He's like, here's my car keys. He goes, this kind of symbolizes the bells of Christmas. And the angel's like, creative. Come on in.
Right.
And by then, I'm panicking.
Yeah, because
I don't have anything of the sort.
Okay.
Thing like that, and I get up there and they're like, all right, what do you have to offer that's going to symbolize the feelings of the holidays and Christmas?
Okay.
I just reach into my pockets and I pull out a pair of women's panties.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And they're like, what about that? And I said, they're Carol's.
Are you? I think the thing that's most funny to me the thing that's most funny to me is your face. You were trying to hold it.
Yeah, I was.
You're like,
I was waiting on you to make the first noise. But I couldn't hold it in any longer.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. Hope everybody had a good has a good Christmas. And we'll be back right after Christmas. So, we got some great shows lined up for next year too. Next year's going to be a good one. We're going to have some people on, and it'll be good. We're growing. So make sure you leave us a 5-star rating and a review. Okay, on Apple Podcast, and pretty much you can get this anywhere you can get it. Share the crap out of it.
That's right.
And everybody have a very, very merry, very merry Christmas. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. That's it. We're done. We should have left before the joke, but it's okay. It's all right. You know what? That's our new thing too. Jokes.
Joke at the end of the show.
Joke at the end of the show. Got to be a bad dad joke at the end of the show.
I got 1.5 million of those.
Well, good. We got a lot of shows to do. So, like I said, you guys have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you right back here. Thanks for listening, as always.
Ain't this a sweet life?
Hey guys, thanks for listening. Want to ask a question for a future episode? Well, hit us up on Facebook or Twitter with hashtag Sweet Life Podcast. And be sure to give us a 5-star rating and hit that subscribe button. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, or wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to stay up to date on the latest news and information for the Sweet Life Podcast. And we'll see you next time.